So how have you been these like this all days?
I have been understanding this technology and getting used to it.
Yes, sir, it's kind of a bit complex.
Yes, it happens. That's the way to learn.
Okay, they have three people now added. Three presenters have been added.
Okay, good.
I don't know who the admin is. I guess he didn't change his name. We have Mr. Dinesh and we have Dr. Shashi. We have two participants and I don't know the third admin. I don't know why. So, hello, admin. Admin, can you hear us? Hello,
Hello.
hello. Admin, can I get your name, please?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
Am I audible?
yes. So, can I get your name?
Sir. This is Dinesh Bose. This side.
Okay, sir. Admin. Who's the admin?
Hello,
Hello, can I get?
hello. I'm Ganesh. Hello, I'm Dr. Ganesh.
Okay, you're Dr. Ganesh. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Alan, sir, we have Dr. Ganesh,
Yes.
Mr. Dinesh, and Dr. Shashi right now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir. We have three of them. So the rest would be joining soon.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes. Dr. Shashi, please stop your screen share, please. Excuse me, sir. Can you please stop your screen share?
इथे मीटिंग मध्ये त्याला नको आणू आता. Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please wait, sir.
Sir.
Let everyone join so then we can start the meeting, like for the conference. Dr. Shashi, please stop your screen share, please. Thank you, sir. Dr. Alan, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So should we like just
Hel-
start with the three people, I guess, or like should we?
Okay, yes. We should start with them. We should start with them.
Okay, so good morning, one and all. Today we are gathered here for the international conference. Okay, so we have Dr. Sham also here in the. I'm adding him. One, two, three, four. So we have five participants right now who are going to present first. So we have Dr. Sham also here. So we have five participants who are going to like just like the rest three, I guess, would be joining soon. So good morning, one and all. The international conference organized by IQAC and TCSE will be starting soon. So yeah, I'm Kishan Sinani, your host and your presenter for today. We have a chairperson, Dr. Alan D'Souza, and then we have our rapporteur and my teaching head, Miss Preeti Gupta, ma'am. So here I would like to start the international conference with the introduction about our chairperson. Our chairperson is Dr. Alan D'Souza. He has many achievements, and his achievements are in the teaching. He has a teaching experience of about 30 years. He has been a chairperson in many different conferences. He's a resource person in motivation, taxation, and many more. Also has a contribution in social welfare such as Don Bosco Shelter for Street Children, counseling and personality development for students in Don Bosco. Then his qualifications would be as follows: PhD in Commerce, Masters of Commerce. He has also been qualified for NET and SET. His interest in research is for consumer protection, entrepreneur management, taxation, motivation, and many more. So here we have a chairperson, and I would like everyone to thank him for joining us today and uh, having him here is a quite big thing for us. So Dr. Alan D'Souza, I would like you to start and we could start with our conference.
Yes, you can start with it.
So then here we have our first presenter. I would like Mr. Sham Dr. Sham Palkar.
Yes, yes. Good morning.
Yes, so I would like you to start
Yeah.
your presentation, sir.
Uh,
So do you have a PPT?
yes, I have PPT, but my share option is
Yes, sir.
not working.
Yes, I'll switch on the share option. So now it's switched on.
Okay, thank you.
So, so you have 10 minutes to present your paper, and then the rest, if like the chairperson allows us, then we'll go for questions. Thank you.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Okay,
Yes.
sir.
Okay, can I start, sir?
Yes, start.
Start. So,
Yes, thank you. Good morning, all of you. First, I would like to thank Thakur College of Science and Commerce as well as IQSC and Reform Accountancy Finance who organize international conference on Bhavishya of India after COVID-19. Myself is Shyam Palka and my other co-author impact pandemic COVID on sustainable agriculture. Okay, under title section of agriculture. Hello, can you hear me, everyone?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. Okay, let's start my presentation. This is an outline of my presentation. Research paper, introduction, methodology, objective, result and discussion, and future recommendation. Being fast for the introduction, the COVID-19, everyone knows the pandemic has one of the biggest threat for health across the globe. And the panic has went out with intense supply chains of even in the agriculture sector, which provide food, which is the most fundamental need of every human being. And that has only got disturbed nowadays. So agriculture generally account 15% India's gross domestic and livelihood for more than half an countries and billion. Okay, so organic farming, the sustainable agriculture in my research paper, I'm just focused on sustainable agriculture and what are the impact will be there because of the COVID-19. So just brief, organic farming is nothing but it's a modern version of agriculture which has strengthened the farmers with the highly equipment, mechanical supply and advanced technology. And because of that, the farmer has got a very good optimization, comparable productivity, as well as that will be an effect on the environment, especially for the soil health. So when the farmer is using for the sustainable agriculture as well as that is the organic farming, there will be an impact on both the factor. One is on the environment and one is on the human being. So both the correlations will be there of a plant as well as animal under title for the organic farming or sustainable agriculture. That adoption farming groups for different part of India nowadays there will be an organic product and there will be an entrepreneur and contributing the social, physical and financial build up. Okay, so this is just a brief of a introduction. Now let's start for a methodology. In my research paper, which title as a impact of the COVID-19 on sustainable agriculture, being done in lockdown, this has opted for survey method, which is used for this present research. In that survey method, I have made the questions on a Google form, that questionnaire data, and I have used two type of questions, dichotomous questions and contingency questions. So these are my the methodology, and this is a link for the Google form. Objective for this, my research paper, is find out the awareness about the sustainable agriculture being these days in urban areas. In Mumbai metropolitan city, the people much never think of the agriculture because of the survival conditions as well as the farming conditions. So they cannot see the so many farms around it. So they don't think about the agriculture, but directly or indirectly, everyone is depend on agriculture. As we say, Indian economy is depend on. So in my objective, just I have just made the questions related with the sustainable agriculture. Is the impact of pandemic COVID-19 on particular mental part for that particular recipients as well as the audience? And I have started making that particular question related with the importance of sustainable agriculture. So these are my objective. So I'll move for my result and discussions. I made a Google form. Lot of the responses were there, but as a short for that, I am just representing 45 responses still so far. If I see the 45 responses in that, 35% is of a young generation, is a student, and rest of the percent will be related with a teacher, businessman, retailer, engineer, banker, as well as housewife. So this is survey I have conducted for the impact of COVID-19 on sustainable agriculture. Gender, there will be a 60% male and 40% female has given a response about that particular Google form. There will be some particular questions only we will discuss in the result and discussions. So, role of agriculture in the Indian economy has made much more of all of these. So, 68% that particular result and discussion has said there will be a role of agriculture is there in Indian economy. And then only 5% are responding for the capital as well as 6% is respond for the largest employment sector, which is will be a much more remarkable as a keynote I have heard in that. So they have said now this is in China, if there will be a lot of economic crisis, India have an opportunity by the agriculture to overcome all the problem of economy. So this is the first point I am discussing, that is the role of agriculture in the Indian economy. There will be another questions I made. Is it organic agriculture include any for vermicompost, biofertilizer, biopesticide? So urban people are aware of this particular what are the farming are doing the different practices in their farm. So these are my 38, 84% has said they will be a yes, they are organic agriculture. These are my questions that I would like to discuss with everyone. These are my 7, 8 questions has given me a 45 on 45 answer particular. So all 45 participant has given me 100% for this. So we will see each in detail. The question has asked that do you think organic product has consumed in a day-to-day life to improve your immunity during this pandemic concept generally? So 91% have said yes, and there will be hardly a 8% said no. So this pandemic lockdown has made the thing more about the organic or a self-produced to improve your immunity. So there will be a 82% responded yes, and hardly 17% said no. There will be another 2 questions I will discuss with you that organic product will you consume in day-to-day life. There will be a different answer as an organic product have a large range from the fruit, vegetable, grains, and none of these. So when we say about the fruit, majority the people are much more interested to eat the organic fruit. Yeah, I want to tell you the point. In that particular research, this is only the just research that particularly easy people have a tendency to go towards what toxic foods and they have to eat the non-toxic food. So these are the basic particular part that fruit will be the main criteria for all the responses. So now another question is very interesting that is it agriculture sector the most affected? So 55% said yes and 44% said no. There will be another interesting questions I made. Is it agriculture is only the sector which help the Indian economy to overcome its problem? There will be a 33% said no, but most of the people said yes. Agriculture only have a capacity to overcome the problem of this Indian economy, which is because of pandemic COVID-19. There
Sir.
will be some particular yes.
Sir,
Okay.
last 2 minutes left, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'll just conclude. So there will be organic thing. Farming is a need of a time. So yes, 93% said yes. And best business opportunity for a younger generation after pandemic COVID-19. So majority people are much more interested from their routine job to enter into business of organic farming and edible products also there for. So concluding is that pandemic COVID-19 has affected agriculture in India, but survey said that the people has thinking about organic product and there will be an increase in a demand from sustainable agriculture. For the recommendation in this data analysis, you can use a Likert scales for the detail and they will be used this full agriculture field to overcome the problems of economic sector which arise due to pandemic COVID. And these are the some quotes for the references. Two references I got this very new topic. There will be a 2 web geography and this is concluding. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so
Hello.
much, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Just one question to him.
Yeah.
His defense. That is, when you're talking about organic, is the cost, will it be sustainable since there are no, there's not a large number of consumers willing to pay for it because
Yes.
of the cost factor?
Yes, I know. Yeah. So you want me to tell detail about that cost factor,
Not in
sir?
detail, just your defense for it.
Yes. Yeah, a cost factor. See, nowadays the people has started aware about that cost factor because if they are consuming whatever the products we get in the Mumbai, whatever in any part of India, these particular have a toxicity, lot of a chemical fertilizer that have a lot of adverse effect on their, and that same money they have to go for the medicinal practitioner. So have a healthy food, have a healthy life, safe food, organic food will be the much more preferable, though it is a part of a cost because of the work of the hard work for that particular farmer as well as the certified bodies, whatever the products the farmer sells.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sham. And then we have a next speaker is Dr. Shashi Kumar. Dr. Shashi Kumar here.
Yes.
Yes, so Dr. Sham, can you, Mr. Sham, can you like just close your share screen?
Okay, yeah. Share and off.
stop the record.
Is it attached stop?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so
Thank you.
we have Dr. Shashi would be presenting his paper to the chairperson.
Yes. Proceed.
Yes, I am here. Yeah.
So,
Shall I share the content of?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So how to share? That is the thing. Yes, 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, shall I share this?
Yes, sir. So should I? Then I'll start your timer.
Yeah, 1 minute. It's sharing. Yes, is it coming now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you see this now?
Yes, sir. We can see your
Yes.
PPT.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
So I'm starting your
So
timer
good morning to all.
right now.
Yeah, you please start the time. Good morning to
Okay.
all. Good morning, Chan. First of all, I would like to congratulate this organization for conducting an international conference in an elaborate manner. Congratulations once again to this organization. And I'm also very thankful to the organizers for providing me this opportunity for presenting the paper. My title of the topic of the paper is related to the agricultural exports of India under the WTO. So I have maintained many of the important facts related to agricultural facts in India, because still agriculture will play a dominant role in Indian economy. Though it is not in the form of the GDP or it's not in the form of the national income, but still it provides a lot of employment opportunities, and more people are depending upon the agriculture compared to the any other sectors. Still, it is a backbone of the economy, and it supplies the raw materials to the industries and contributes nearly for about 24 to 29% of GDP, everything. And agriculture under WTO. India is the founder member of the GATT as well as the WTO. The domestic support for the farm sector is very important related to the WTO sector from the Indian economy. And we have the export subsidies related to the WTO, and the removal of non-tariff barriers, conduct of trade relations, transparent tariff, minimum market access to agricultural commodities, provisions of AAO, that is an agreement on agriculture. These are the important facts behind the existence of the relationship between the agriculture as well as agricultural sector and the Indian economy with reference to the WTO. And India's position in global agricultural trade, particularly after the accession related to the WTO, is very tremendous. And what we are going to talk something about that is India is the related to the agricultural sector. We can find here the India's agricultural trade sector with reference to that of the WTO, how India's agricultural exports play a dominant role during the 2014, 2015, and 2015, 2016, and 16, 17, 17, 18, 19, till the end of April, June 2019, 2020. We can find here the different varieties of India's agricultural exports. In this regards, what I want to tell you related to this is very simple. That is, India's position in global agricultural trade in
Hello?
India is among the 15 lead. Hello. India's position in global agricultural trade of India is among the 15 leading exporters of agricultural products in the world. And second important major characteristics of the Indian economy related to agriculture is the country has emerged as a significant exporter in certain agricultural items like rice, wheat, spices, raw cotton, and sugar. And India has developed export competitiveness in certain specialized agricultural products like basmati rice, sugar gum, and castor oil, like that. As per India, WTO's trade statistics, India's share in agricultural export and import in the world were 2.46% and 21.46% respectively in 2014. The share of agricultural exports in total exports of the country decreased from 13.79% in 2013-14 to 12.46% in 2018 and 19. So we can identify here that India's exports in agricultural products, how differently it has been taken place according to our statistical tools. And in next, we can find the share of the major agricultural and allied items in the total exports of India 2018-19. Here we can find the major important fact related to the marine products. The marine product stands first, and then it is very much related to the cereals and other facts according to this statistics that I had given. And next important fact here also we can find in the ninth slide that India's export performance in agro products in select markets related to the 2019, 93, 94 to 2018, 2019, like that we have distributed the facts. Here between the EU, USA, Japan and ROW, that is the rest of the world, can find that. And India's agricultural and allied sectors share in the world exports also related to 2018 and 19. Here we find many of the important facts related to the vegetable and fruits. That's the fourth important step, so where you can identify that. And next stands, it is the coffee and coffee substitutes. They also play a dominant role related to India's sectors share in the world exports. And the share of major items in the total imports of India, it's related to food and allied products totally. And within that, we have made some clarification related to that. And second important fact is related to the fertilizers. And next part, it is in the 12th important slide, we mentioned that the WTO and its impact on the Indian agriculture. What is the major facts are very clear. One being the low export growth of agricultural products, low export growth, and high cost of agricultural production. This is also a very important fact related to that. And poor quality of out, because that's related to the demand quantity. And India's farm products highly cost inefficient farm products, and farm products which is related to allied sector also. And reduction in research and development subsidies. These are very important facts behind that. And the 13th slide used to say something about the challenges under the WTO for the Indian agriculture. One of the important major challenges, more internal than external problems, particularly of the stagnating low level of yields. And 90% of the small and semi-medium holdings are there in Indian agricultural land holdings. And food-oriented cropping pattern and GDP is only limited extent. So then it cannot be contributed to much of that. And nearly 65% with 40% landless laborers are there, and nearly 60% cropping area is still without irrigation. So these are the major things. Then how the measures can be taken out related to this? One being the support sanitary measures. Second, patenting of seeds, particularly of this. This is very important. And patenting is very poor quality in India, poor sectors. And patenting of technology is also not good in the Indian economy, particularly of the agricultural sector. Food security should be there, and improving the quality, developing rural infrastructure, strengthening market networks, raise the cropping intensity, crop rotation system should be promoted. And one of the important major things which has been provided in the Indian economy related to the agriculture sector, particularly of the WTO and the WTO regime, is 100% FTA is allowed in many of the activities of the agriculture sector through floriculture, horticulture, apiculture, cultivation of vegetables, development and production of seeds and planting materials, animal husbandry, and pisciculture, tea plantations, coffee plantations, rubber plantations, cardamom plantations, palm oil plantations, and olive oil trade plantations through automatic route. These are the major measures, particularly of the Indian economy, which took for the growth of the agriculture sector. And in my observation, in the conclusion, we can say that the effective integration with the global trading system is the order of the, that is effective integration. Economic integration is very much necessary through the transfer of technology or inventions, innovations like that. And I feel that there is no threat to the WTO, the threat from the WTO to the Indian economy, but it is an opportunity. We will have to fruitfully get at the opportunities. How India, as a developing country, can get maximum extent of benefit from the WTO. These are the major issues that I want to be discussed in this international conference. Thank you once again for being invited me to present my paper now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Just a question for you. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, that is the unorganized sector is moving back to the villages and to their farms. Will this not have an impact on the output of agriculture? because
Yeah, he's still there. Yeah,
technology, because you have stressed on technology coming in
yes,
and technology helping to improve the produce. So what is your take on that? What is your take on that?
yeah. Yeah, because in agricultural sector, particularly in the rural sector, there is an existence of disguised unemployment. People are
Right.
seem to be in employment, but they are really not there working. So in that thing, technology play a dominant role. So giving much more employment through the technological progress, agriculture can be developed. That is.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shashi.
Welcome.
And then
Yeah.
here we proceed. Dr. Shashi, can you just switch off your screen sharing so we can proceed?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So here we have next is Miss Priyanka. I don't think she's right now on the video conference. So I would like to proceed with the next one. That is Dr. Ganesh. Dr. Ganesh.
Hello.
Dr. Ganesh.
Hi. Hello.
Yes, Dr. Ganesh, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So it is your time to present your paper. So,
Yes. Thank you.
so do you have a PPT?
Yeah. I have a PPT.
So, sir, can you just screen share it so that chairperson can see? Thank you.
Yes.
So,
Can you see the PPT?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Good morning. Morning to all of you. I would like to
Hello.
thank.
Hello.
Hi, good,
Just
good morning.
yes. Good morning.
So your time starts.
Hello. Okay. Good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for conducting such a beautiful and wonderful conference in this lockdown period. Today, I'll be discussing about the impact of COVID-19 on agriculture industry. In this content, in this introduction of COVID-19, relationship between COVID-19 and agriculture, and recommendations by WHO, initiative by Government of India, what are the immediate challenges and mitigation practices, conclusion. So, what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a viral disease which is caused by a novel coronavirus which has affected more than 210 countries and there are almost 2.7 millions of cases with 7% death ratio. This was released by WHO on 24th April 2020. So there are symptoms and 20 measures are there, but I'm not going in details of it because already we are know about it. You know what is the relationship between COVID-19 and agriculture? So basically, still there is no vaccine, and for prevention of this COVID-19, there is only one thing we can do is the social distancing. And Government of India has announced the nationwide lockdown till 17th May. There is no transportation, no labor, and change in style. So, due to this, there is a huge impact on the agriculture. So, due to lockdown, there is impact on agriculture. And what are the recommendations which are as taken by WHO is that the countries should meet the immediate food needs for their valuable populations. Countries should boost their social protection programs and they should gain efficiency to reduce the trade related costs. Then, what are the initiatives taken by the Government of India? So, our Finance Minister has announced almost 1.3 trillion package for this pandemic of COVID-19. They have already released the advance release of 2,000 rupees to the bank accounts of the farmers under the scheme of PM Kisan scheme. Then they raised the wage rate of the workers engaged under NREGS. Then RBI has announced the moratorium of 3 months with 3% concession on the interest rate of crop plants up to Indian rupees 3 lakhs. Then what are the immediate challenges? So this is a peak rabi season, and different crops are ready for the harvest. So there is a disruption in supply of perishable fruits and vegetables, dairy products, and fishes. There is high level of migration of workers to their native places, and movement of harvesting machines is restricted into the states. So these restrictions on sale of dairy products, fish products, and erratic weather have drastically affected the agriculture sector. Then in these pictures you can see the degradation of the agriculture products due to limited transportation, and there is the uh, labors are there for harvesting of the crops. Then due to this pandemic COVID-19, there is huge.
हाँ चला गया.
Special attention on rural economy. There must be policies to facilitate easy availability of machinery to the state entities, the farmer producers organizations. Then there must be a leverage in REGS funds to pay part of the farm labor. Then there must be a separate helpline for farmers. Then after Rabi season, there will be a Kharif season. So we must be prepared for the Kharif season, and there must be relaxation in norms of APMCs for selling the agricultural products to the farmers. In the conclusion, there is an immediate and urgent need to make policies for availability of labor, the leverage in agricultural loan, and there should be a future increase in budget allocation in agriculture. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.
Hello.
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 Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Just yes. One question for you. Uh, Give me one solution to this particular problem when you are talking about degradation. You have talked about various incentives given by the government, but what does the
Yes.
government really need to do for these degrading products? In a few words, if you can tell me.
Sir. Availability of labor is less, so if you can provide a passes to the laborers which are working on the farm, government can give them a passes to work in the field. So both ways,
Okay.
the crop will be harvested, it will be taken to the city. So if government
Okay.
allow this sort of things, it will be helpful.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
So thank you, Dr. Ganesh. So here we have next is Dr. Pallavi. I guess she joined and just left. I don't know. I guess there's some connectivity issue going on. So have her in the last. So can I just proceed with the next?
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Okay, sir. So we have a next speaker, I guess Mr. Dinesh. What to say?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So can you start? Uh, Dr. Ganesh, can you stop your screen share, please?
yes, yes. Just a minute. I'm doing. Is it okay now?
No, sir. I can. We can still see your screen.
Just a minute.
Okay, so here we have Mr. Dinesh who will be presenting his paper. So
Okay,
Just
proceed.
give me a minute.
yes, yes, sir. We are waiting. Uh, Mr. Dinesh, I guess you have already shared your screen. You just need to load your PPT.
It shows that it is in progress.
Okay, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Sir, it is not working.
So can you continue without your PPT? If it's not working, then I do.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Yes, sir.
Shall I start?
Yes,
Yes, sir. I'll put in your timer.
yes.
Yes, sir. Start.
Okay, a very warm good morning to one and all. Before I start my presentation, I'd like to thank the organizer of this conference, in particular, Dr. Nishikant Jha, sir, who has given this opportunity to present my research paper. My topic of presentation is COVID-19 and its impact on Indian agriculture sector. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
So before I kick start, I like to introduce the topic. As we all know that India's ongoing lockdown to control the spread of coronavirus is threatening the agriculture sector as it is overlapped with the time of harvest. The immediate challenges of current lockdown is harvesting, taking products to the agriculture market, and getting agriculture labor. In my research paper, I describe the pre-crisis agriculture sector and also analyzes the government policies that has been announced so far. So let's begin with the immediate impact of COVID-19 on agriculture sector. This is the month of March and April, and we all know that it is known as Rabi crops. So following an unpredictable monsoon last year in the many parts of India, which included untimely rains in some and drought in other parts, the lockdown soon after is another blow to the India's farmer. The ongoing lockdown to control the spread of coronavirus is threatening the agriculture sector, which is the critical sector of Indian economy. The problem that we are facing right
हाँ
now,
बोलना.
the return of many migrant workers to their homes, has meant that harvest operations are not taking place smoothly.
हाँ कैसा चल रहा है?
The examples of it, in some places, the
मेरे
shortage
3
of
हो चुके
drivers, operators for this harvest has also been reported. According to government data,
मेरे में एक
around
एक
263 million
और आई
people
गेस एक और ही बचा
are
है और
involved in the
दूसरी एक मैम
agriculture
है
sector,
उनका टेक्निकल इशू.
and
मैंने बोला मैम
more
अभी
than
क्या
half
करूँ?
of them are the part of agriculture labor. Incident over the lockdown period provide an evidence to such concern by experts For instance, on March 30, the farmers in Mysore dumped tomatoes following the price crash. Similarly, the report has been reported from the other part of the country as well. In Gujarat, fruits like banana, watermelon, and vegetables are ready for harvest, but neither there is a labor to help harvest. The main concern is the perishable item, and if not harvest in time, they will unusable. I also like to talk on the impact of forthcoming Kharif season and the impact of COVID on it. The lockdown is said to have a major impact on the upcoming Kharif season and could result in the food shortage in the country. Since the lockdown, there is a breakdown in operation of seed processing plants and transportation. In general, seed companies undertake largest volume of seed production in the ongoing Rabi season. Next 2 months are critical for processing to supply seeds in the time of Kharif season in June. According to the industry report, the country needs 250 lakhs quintals of seeds for the Kharif season. After the lockdown was announced by the Prime Minister on March 24, thousands of people left cities to return to their villages. Some in feet, while some were forced. They were not in the position to earn their livelihood or pay the rent to their landlord. Now, I will discuss the economic impact of COVID-19 on agriculture. The economical shock will likely to be much more severe for India for two reasons. The first one is pre-COVID-19, the economy was already slowing down, compounding existing problem of unemployment, low income, and widespread inequality. Second, India's large informal sector is particularly vulnerable. India's food grain output projected to be at 292 million tons in 2019-20, up by 2.5% from 2018-19. According to the report, the stock of the wheat and rice with the Food Corporation of India, that is FCI, as on March 2020 was 70.6 MT. This quantity is more than 3 times the specified minimum operation buffer cum strategic stock of 21.04 MMT. With the Rabi wheat harvest, which should come in by April 2020, the situation is expected to ease further. COVID-19 is disturbing some activities in agriculture and supply chain. There are disruptions in supply chain because of transportation problem and other issues. Prices have declined for wheat, vegetable, and other crops, yet consumers are often paying more. Media reported shows that the closure of hotels, restaurants, sweet shops, and the tea shops during the lockdown is already depressing the milk sales. Meanwhile, poultry farmers have been badly hit due to the misinformation, particularly on social media. To conclude, I like to suggest some policies that government should implement. The first, I want to suggest policy for safety of the farm population. Farmers, agriculture laborers, workers in supply chains have to be protected from the health stock. Some of the measures like testing of migrants, social distancing in harvest corporation, marketing, packaging, etc., will help in less spreading of the pandemic. Policies that I would like to suggest for supply chain. During the lockdown and beyond, one has to concentrate on the quick operation of post-harvest activities, marketing of production, retail, wholesale, storage and transport. Next, milk and poultry industries. Small farmers in poultry
अरे वो सामने
and
वाले ने
milk
परमिशन दे दी
facilities need more
कैंडिडेट
help
का,
as they are facing
इधर लेफ्ट में
problems due to
ऑप्शंस
the
हो गए,
pandemic. For
क्या है
industry,
वो स्क्रीन पे ही
reconstruction of loan
देखना, उधर ऑप्शन होगा
may be needed.
नहीं,
Regarding food
बंद
security
करना
for
पड़ेगा, तू नहीं
farm
कर सकती।
families and agriculture workers. Although farmers
बाय
are
बाय बाय
involved
बाय
in production of crops, they also face food-related problems. Farmers and agri workers have to be included in in-kind assistance package or any social protection program announced by the government.
सर लास्ट 2
At present, yes sir, I'm at the close. At present, PM Kisan included only landowners. Tenant farmers who are actual cultivators should be included in the scheme. Avoid export bans. At the micro level, trade in food and agriculture has to be maintained in order to have availability of food. Access to the food has to be tackled in a different way than having export bans. For example, some of the farmers are suffering because of export restriction. After the lockdown period, export of farm products have to be continued. Again, in conclusion, I would like to suggest the central and state government has organized the challenges and has responded, but this response should be just beginning. Policymakers need to be prepared to scale up their responses as the event unfolds so as to minimize the impact of shock on both agriculture sector and other sectors, and try to form a V-shaped recovery. At the same time, they must ensure the responses remain enshrined in the rule-based framework and limit the exercise of discretion in order to avoid long-term damage to the economy. Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yes, just a question
Yes.
to you. That
Yes,
is,
sir.
you spoke about tomatoes in Mysore, right, and
Yes, sir.
bananas in Gujarat. Where
Yes, sir.
exactly did the policy of the government fail over there? I just want to know your defense on that.
Yes, sir. As I'm such not happy with the policies that has announced so far by the government, as we see that there is a need to face the challenges in front of the government. I also know that there are some restriction to the government as well. But the thing is that we need to take in view the transportation facilities that has to be activated right now, because almost we are facing this lockdown from the 1 month and there are no such initiatives from the government. So my suggestion is to take some precautions and start this transportation so that farmers could save the losses they are facing right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Mr. Dinesh. And so here we have a last speaker for last presenter for the day. That is Dr. Sushma. So, ma'am, can you start presenting your paper? Mr. Dinesh, can you stop your screen share, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Or Dr. Sushma.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. You are audible.
Okay. Can I start, sir?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Good morning. I would like to offer, before I begin, I would like to offer my sincere thanks to the organizers, to Dr. Zha and to Dr. Singhania, Coordinator IQAC, TCC College. Good morning, one and all. Myself, Dr. Sushma Sandorkar, going to discuss about impact of COVID on agriculture. COVID has put everything at challenge. How does Indian agriculture respond to the crisis, and how government measures affect farm household across the country is going to be more challenging to watch. The impact of C-19 on the economy is devastating. There is hardly any sector which has an escape. Here I would like to assess and discuss the immediate challenges that COVID has posed to the agriculture. Actually, agriculture impact on agriculture is little more complex because it's varied and diverse segments which form the agricultural value chain. It varies widely among different segments, regions, farm producers, and agricultural laborers. The impact is going to linger much longer for much longer time. The issues to my mind are the first one is labor availability, as huge labor has migrated back to their native places, and inability to access markets for producers for products due to issues in transport as well as operations in the market. The non-availability of labor has hurt operations in many parts. In all, there is a huge setback, and due to interstate movement, which has been curtailed due to lockdowns. The commercial crops are drastically hit as they tend to be more dependent on migrant labor. Consequently, the shortage of migrant labor could result in sharp increase in daily wages for harvesting the crops. The prices for fruits, vegetables, milk, dairy product have collapsed due to lack of market access. This has a hit as the stoppage of transportation and closure of brokers. This is in contrast to those areas where migrant labor have returned back. This would lead to the short decline in agricultural wages because their demand and supply won't match. There's a long list of problems and issues, and there is possibility of shortages in food in coming season. Some issues which I feel that need to be addressed are to consider the loss to Rabi season and consider the issue of crops which are at harvestable stages, which could not reach to mandis and market. There are some exceptions like APMC mandis, etc. Issues of perishable nature food products such as fruits and vegetable, dairy and milk products. Issue of migration of workers back to their native places would hit the harvesting operations and post-harvest handling operations of agri products. To consider the issue about the setback from institutional buying such as hotels and restaurants. An important issue which could hit the upcoming sowing season is about logistic solutions for harvesting and sowing related machines. Like about input side, we have to consider about the capital nature goods, fertilizers, seeds, machinery, etc. I mean supply of capital goods to agriculture. This is also going to hit the production in upcoming season. Measures need be taken for agri-based and processing industries, small and tiny cottage industries, cause they are going to hit due to the supply of raw materials. Policies, special incentives on the backdrop of COVID need to be designed. As Indian economy is agrarian economy and the backbone of the economy, it's the time to provide maximum relief to farmers and address the grievances of farmers. ICAR is, of course, must have started assessing the impact of C-19. Agriculture input supply be made free along with the special counseling by agri expertise for cropping patterns, crop-specific advisories, etc. Government has already proposed many relief measures, but implementation is going to be really a challenge. Finally, finance, no doubt, is going to play a key role, but rightly should reach to right person at right time as to minimize the impact of lockdown on agriculture and country's food security. We all know government has exempted many agricultural operations from harvesting to movement of produce to mandis from lockdown rules. But unless there is normalcy and unless we resume back as usual through normalizing functioning of supply chain, it's really going to be devastating, which could result in future shortages of food. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to to present my paper in front of you. Thank you, sir.
Most. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, my
Hello.
question to you. Hello.
Yes.
You have projected shortage of agricultural produce in the future, even though there are huge stocks that the government says it holds. On what basis do you project these shortages?
The problems for
what's your defense on that? Yeah,
I feel that the coming sowing season is going to hit because of the lack of supply of labor, lack of supply of capital goods, and resources which are really necessary to make that much production which we expect usually.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So here we I would like to end today's international conference organized by IQSC and TCSC. I would firstly like to thank our chairperson, Dr. Alan D'Souza, for coming up and chairpersoning helping us with this event. And so now I would like Dr. Alan D'Souza to announce the winners for today's paper presentation.
Just give me a minute, please.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, that is the winner over here is I would not call him winner, but the best presenter according to me is Sham S. Palkar. Sham S. Palkar.
Dr. Shah, Mr. Sham, would you?
S. Palkar.
Yes, yes. Hearty congratulations to Mr.
Yes,
Sham.
because there is one reason why, because his defense was very good. And second is that as far as his content is concerned, he had done a basic primary analysis. That was what helped it. The others were equally good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Hearty
Thank you.
congratulations to Mr. Sham for winning the best paper presentation. So, would you like to close this conference with some kind words?
I would only say that COVID-19 has been a challenge, and in this challenging times, we are supposed to innovate, improve, and invent new ideas, new technology that will help us all together, and specifically the agricultural sector. And thanks to all the presenters for having taken so much of efforts in accumulating. You all the very best for your future. Thank you.
Thank you so much to all the presenters. You have done a very good job in research and presenting your papers. So, I would just like to give a vote of thanks to our HOD, Dr. Nishikant Jha, the Thakur College of Science and Commerce, our chairperson, Dr. Kishore Pishori sir, and all the presenters and participants. Thank you for your presence, and thank you to our chairperson, Dr. Alan D'Souza, for your presence and giving us a lot of information. And thank you to the presenters for sharing your research. So I would like to end this conference right here. So if there's any questions or anything you would like to ask to our chairperson, you can freely ask, or we can just end it here. Is there anyone who would like to ask any question to, or
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Dinesh, this side.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Dinesh is this side.
Yes, tell me, Dinesh.
Sir, would you like to say something about the government policies and RBI policies that has been implemented so far?
The government policies, it becomes very difficult for the government to have a standard policy, since India as a whole cannot have a single policy in itself. And I think the government has done and is doing enough for it. But what it needs to focus more on is the method of getting this produce from the farm to the final consumer. And where it lacks is in the case of storage and transportation, which has been seen very clearly in COVID-19. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And so I guess
Thank you.
there are no more any questions. So I would like to end the
Thank-
conference right here. Thank you for your presence. Thank you, everyone. I'm ending the meeting right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.